Hi, um, Solid Mind here, and today we'll be looking at budgeting and car finance and just the financing element of it. Um, I've gone live now, so hopefully you guys watching this not live don't have to worry about this, but I'm just checking that everything's working fine. Audio looks good. Video looks good. Hotkeys look good. Perfection. All right, let's get into this. So, about me. I've dedicated my education into finance. Finance is kind of important to me. Historically, I've been stronger in the maths element, and throughout my education, everything I've studied has revolved around numbers. So today I'm gonna show you budgeting, how I budget, how you should budget, and if anybody is watching live, I will need your input if possible, in terms of how to move this forward. So this is how I would budget. First of all, why budget? If you give every penny a name, it will be good for you, because if every penny has a name, then if money is spent, it's spent for a good reason. Can you guys see my screen, by the way? Let me see. I hope you guys can. Let me just see if everything's working fine. I think it looks good. All right. So, oh yeah, my face is in the corner a little bit. Okay, so it looks like 3 is where I'll start. So at least that way you can see it. Okay, 4. Perfection. So why budget? Budgeting is one of those things where, how can I put it nicely? If it's not done properly, it can mess up your entire existence. Let me see if I can just move my face. Let's go somewhere down the corner, and hopefully that should make a difference. All right, so the first thing when budgeting is you first of all have to understand your expenditures, your expenses. You have to understand your income as well. Every income, every time money comes in, you have to understand it. Okay, perfect. Just give me a moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my own personal budgeting app separately, just for reference, because I've been working really hard on it, and just as a little guide for me personally. All right, so the first thing that you need to do is understand your income. That's the first thing you need to do. So what is your income? That's very important. Now I'm making this from scratch, so I am gonna make every single formula and every single sheet from scratch. So you let me know in terms of if I should add or remove anything, but this is what works for me. All right, so that's the income element. In fact, share this video because it might just help somebody, trust me. So I'm using the Excel version on Gmail, so it's free. Does this merge cells? Yes, it does merge cells. Okay, so follow word by word, shouldn't be too difficult. So I'm gonna make it center aligned. Perfect. That's the income. All right, so what is your salary? I normally go with after tax salary. So for the purpose of this exercise, I'm gonna make the assumption that your salary every single month is £3,000 a month. £3,000 a month equates to around 50, maybe around £45,000 a year salary. I'm just making a rough estimate. So this is £3,000. Call it dollars. It doesn't really matter. I'm in the UK, so I'll focus on pounds. Actually, you know what? Forget about pounds. So let's go dollars. $3,000 a year. After I'm done with this, I will also share it with everybody to have a look at it. Can I change it? No, we keep it in dollars for now because it's easier. All right, that's your salary. We also have to look at anything else coming in that is like any other money you have coming in. So we call that other income. So let's say you have a side job or you get given a gift. So this has to be done on a monthly basis. So the way I work with the budget, it's from the first of the month to the last day of the month. It could be 30 days, 31 days, 29, 28 days. It doesn't really matter. The budget should run from the first of the month to the end of the month. So let's say within that calendar month, you're going to get let's just say 560 pounds or dollars, whatever, into your account. So for that month, that's your income. So now we're gonna just do a simple total. And normally what I like to do is put the total somewhere separate. So to make it simpler is I like to put a simple line at the bottom. In accounting, the totals put a double line so they know what it's for, but for this case I'll make it simple and I'll just do equals, and it's giving me the formula as well, which is good. But yeah, which is equals SUM for sum, open brackets, just highlight these two, close brackets, enter. That's just put together the sum of these two numbers. You know what, just looking at it, let me zoom in a little bit because this might be a little bit tight for those watching online. Let's make it 125. You know what, let's make it 150 so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. Make it simple. So step one is income. So if you have another income as well, or let's say you have a boyfriend or your girlfriend or a spouse or whatever and you live together, you can also add a second row. You know what, I think I will. So I'm gonna call this one salary 2 and salary 1 basically. This is mainly if you're looking to have joint income. So let's say one person makes 3,000, the other person makes 1,500, just as a rough figure, and the formula still work. So let's say on an income you are taking home after tax £5,060 a month. Knowing your income is very important. So this is the first bit. Let me just check in terms of how it's going view wise. Okay, somebody else watching. Thanks guys for watching this. So now let's continue this budgeting piece that we're looking. So once we understand the income, we now have to look at expenses. All right, so I'm gonna go a few lines down and start afresh. So expenses. So in terms of expenses, you need to look at your bank statement and also look at all the stuff you spend outside of that, and every penny should be accounted for. So everything that goes out regularly and also everything you plan to spend, put it in the budget. Basically, it's important to overestimate in the budget, because if you overestimate, the worst case scenario is you have more savings. If you underestimate, the worst case scenario is you won't have enough savings to cover your expenses. So always overestimate the expenses. So what I'm going to do is, again, merge these two together, which is these two arrows. Again, this is free online. This is just Excel. So on top is income and left a space for expenses. You know what? I'll make another space just to make it to be better. That's expenses. And I'm gonna put it smack bang in the middle. All right. So what sort of expenses could somebody have? You could say you can have an Amazon subscription. What else could you have in there? You could have Netflix in there. Actually, maybe it's best if I categorize these. So I think what's best is to, I guess, put certain expenses such as, you know, subscriptions. I butchered that. Yep. All right, so subscriptions into here. So in terms of subscriptions, I think what would be best is, let me actually do that to make it look better. All right, so for subscriptions, we have, make that bold, so at least it's different. So for subscriptions, we have, you know, for example, Amazon subscriptions, we have Netflix subscriptions, you have Apple subscriptions. I don't know. What else do you subscribe to? Come on, guys, in the comment, let me know, what else do you subscribe to? Oh, I just realized you can't see my screen, can you? Let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see it? Perfect. Yes. So what else do you subscribe to? So we have Amazon, Netflix, Apple. Let me go back a few seconds just in case you missed it. So all I've done is simply, you know, put expenses in there, put subscriptions, put, you know, Amazon, Netflix, Apple in there. All right, so I'll use these three as an example, right? So let's say Amazon is, what's a good number? $10.99. Netflix, probably, is it $9.99 now? I'm not even sure. And Apple, iCloud, iMusic, let's just say you're paying $15.99 for all those subscription services. Let's keep it cushy. All right, so there we go. And then we can do a simple total. I'll just copy that simple formula I've done already. The beauty of this is once you've done something, it will still work. So this is the formula. So far, so good. So I'm gonna recap again. So we're gonna start again, just from afresh to understand what's happening. I guess today will be a teaching session. So first, we have to understand our income. Any income, money coming in, any money that hits your account, any cash given to you, you need to account for that. Secondly, it's important to find out your expenses. So what we've done is we've started looking at subscriptions only, and we've looked at just a few random examples that are in there. So I guess so far, so good. Okay, perfection. Then the next thing we're gonna look at is what other expenses do we have? Now, the way I do this is that I move into car expenses. So I guess it's what expenses do you have? So you might have a car payment, for example, in there. And let's just say you're paying $500 a month for that. What else, Scoop? That shouldn't be there. That should be one cell lower. All right. So you might have a car payment. What else could you have? You have to have insurance. Definitely. What could insurance be? Let's just say 200. Actually, let's just say you have, yeah, let's say $200 actually, for the insurance side of it. What else is there that you need? You have to also include like parking charges in a way. So in a month, how much will you spend on parking? Let's say you go parking in town or parking at work, and let's just say in total you're spending $200 again in parking charges for that month. Maybe more, maybe less. This is just rough random numbers. What else can you put it? You can say gas in America. We say fuel in the UK. So for gas/fuel, how much would you spend? There's currently been a increase in fuel prices, which is quite a lot. But for fuel, what would you spend in a month? I would probably say what's the best case situation for fuel? Let me see. I think I need to just, all right. For fuel, I would probably say, let's do 300. No, that's not. No. You know what? Let's say $500 a month, going for trips, going here, going there. That works. What else do you need it for, really? Tax. So in the UK we have road tax. I don't know about other countries, so I'm gonna just put taxes, and this is a monthly basis. Sometimes you can pay off your tax all at once. Sometimes you can do it monthly. In the UK, it ranges between nothing to like £40, depending on the car you have. Is it electric? Is it gas? Or is it diesel? Is it petrol? So £40 a month. So on a car, for example, what we could do is get the same total in here. Let me put a brand new formula. So the same formula, SAM. Ooh, am I getting my formulas wrong again? All right. So highlight those, close brackets, and boom. So every single month so far right now, we are spending $1,440 a month on the car. That's car payment, insurance, parking charges, fuel, tax, all that good stuff. Perfect. We're trying to include all expenses in here. Now I'm gonna go into an area which I would probably go, I call this fixed bills. These are things that don't really change, things that every single month, come what may, will be here. If you wanted to, I guess you could put the car elements, like the insurance won't change, the car payment won't change. But looking at it, I try and keep the car separate from these fixed elements, because these are things that, like, a car can come and go at any time. So I guess I try and divide as much as possible just to see where I'm at. So in regards to, give me a moment, just checking the chat right now. Perfect. Okay. So in the fixed bills element, you could include things such as, the phone. It's a phone bill. That could include like I don't know how much phone bills cost now. Let's just say $70 a month for an iPhone 14 plus minutes and data, whatever. You could have two of those, actually, thinking about it. Let's say you're in a family of 3, 4, I don't know. You can have phone 1 and phone 2. Make it simple. This is really good, guys, for budgeting. Let's say one is 70 and one is 95, because you got the full package, got everything done. What else is important in there? Food. Food is a massive one. In a family of whatever, let's just say in a month, you're probably spending, let's say $400 a month. That's about $100 a week. That's pretty reasonable. What else is kind of important for this budgeting element? If I also try and divide food for house and meals and food for work. So when you're going for lunch, so I would probably call this, would it be work lunch? Yeah. So for work lunch, let's say, what's a good amount for work lunch? Let's say somebody, I'll do a quick calculations. Average amount, let's just say $5 a day. $20 for 20 days in a month. If you're doing 5 days of work a week, just to get a rough number, is $100 a day. Most people will probably spend closer to $10 a day if you include your coffee and all these little things. So $200 a week, a month, is a rough amount for most people. So again, the job is to overestimate, not to underestimate, because these are numbers. What is next on this? So we also have to include things for the house. So, buying little bits, dishwasher tablets, pods, and I don't know, bog roll, toilet roll in the UK. What else do you need? Just like little bits and bobs around the house, stuff that you will get some kitchen roll or some sprays. Let's just put a number in there. Let's just say it's gonna be $200 a month in little house expenses that will come up in the month. What else that you might need? I think Wi-Fi is pretty important. So for the Wi-Fi, let's just say you're paying, I don't know, $50 a month for Wi-Fi, which is important. Next, I'm gonna put this together, and I'm gonna call this house bills. You can easily divide this into like water, electric, gas, council tax, rent, all this and that. But again, it's always good to overestimate than to underestimate. So let's just say in a month, you will probably spend, in terms of rent, maybe taxes, bills. What's a rough number? Let's just throw a number in there. Let's say $2,000 a month in just bills. That includes rent. You know what? Let's forget actually rent. So let's just say spending £1,000 of rent a month, and then of bills a month. Because with the current bill situation, £800-900 on bills makes sense sometimes. And then rent, let's just say you have a little 2-bed little house that will cost you $1,500 a month. Maybe that's your mortgage payment actually. This could be rent or mortgage. I think that covers most areas. So on this one, we'll do a total of this. Again, equals SUM, close brackets, open brackets. I love how this online Excel gives you recommendations, but I'll still do it for you guys. So in terms of, these are fixed expenses that will not change come rain, sun, sleet, snow. This will be there. Yes, you could argue the car is also important. I just try and keep that separate. So every single month, come what may, you will need £3,500 no matter what, basically, roughly. So in a month, you're making 5,000, and most of that is going here. Now, I guess the last bit for me is, I would call these, what would I call them? Changeable. So these are changeable expenses basically. So these are still expenses that can change. So these are things such as, I think it's important to have some fun money. So this is maybe a backwards ideology. I think it's very important when doing budgeting to allocate money just for fun. Yes, your money afterwards is also important, but I think if you lock yourself into a certain amount of money every single month and only use that, your savings will always grow. So I think what's best is to look at what you have planned for that month and kind of stay within that in a way. Give me a little moment. I can see there's quite a few guys of you watching, so welcome to the live stream. Appreciate it very much. Yeah, comment, guys, in terms of, you know, what you think about the budget right now, how it looks. For those who haven't been here for a while, I'll just recap, just 30 seconds. It's important to do the income, to show all the incomes. If it's one person or two people, add it. Anything else, gifts coming in, side hustles, put it in. And it's also important to show every expense, subscriptions, car, fixed bills, and then changeable expenses. So let's say for fun, you are spending every single month $200. That's things that you don't really plan for, but they just come up. $200 makes sense. This does not include stuff like trips or things you've planned for. If something has been planned for and it's important, this will go into maybe changeable. I'm actually going to call this other, actually. So this is something that, you know, you have something planned. So you've planned for something. So let's say you plan to go on a trip, and that's £500. But also on that, you've given yourself a £200 buffer of, like, you know, things that might come up, like coffees, taxis, I don't know. You want to buy some socks. What else is in here? A part of me wants to also add, what is this? Essentials in there. So for the ladies out there, there's some monthly expenses that will always be there. I've put this in changeable, not fixed, because I guess there's a control in terms of what you can and can't buy. Haircuts. So these are things that are like, you know, soaps, lotions. These are like the essentials you need every single month. But makeup, it's there, it exists. It's kind of important to put it in changeable because these are things that will fluctuate every single month. So let's just say every single month you need about $100 for like little bits, soaps run out or makeup runs out, or, you know, little essentials that do run out. So that will be there. And I think the last element is debt, basically. Maybe putting the car payment in debt makes sense, but anyway, so what can go into the debt section? So I think probably the easiest one is a credit card. Most people have more than one, so I just put, you know, there should be credit card 1, really. Credit card 1 and credit card 2. So what I'm going to put here is not the debt amount, it's the debt payment. So normally most people just pay the minimum. Let me think of a number. Let's just say $300 in this debt payment and $150 in that payment. That's a good rough amount. Ooh, I don't think I did the chargeable expenses total. Sorry if I'm going a bit too fast here. So chargeable expenses total will be this amount. And debt payments will be this amount. So again, at the end of this video, I will attach this link live for you to view as I'm going about it. Okay, so it's looking like, oh, this doesn't look right. I need to get my formulas together. Sorry about this. Let me make sure I have it all correct. All right, so and then I'm gonna add here a total just to I guess see the full amount that's in here. All righty then. Okay. So this is the expenditure total only. So I'm gonna just get all the totals that I've worked on. I guess I'll start here. Where is it? And get to the top there. So $6,000 is the total expenditure on a monthly basis. That's quite a lot. Well, I guess it depends on your income. So let's just say your expenditure is $6,000 a month. Let me see, what can I do here to make it a little bit more prettier? So I think what I would do is do a top border, and then I'll do a bottom border. Maybe the bottom border will probably have 2 lines so it looks more professional. There you go. So our total income, which I will change the color actually to green. Maybe not. Maybe I just highlight the box green. What do you think? This is a work in progress, so you can give me some comments in terms of what you think I should and shouldn't do on here right now. All right, so I guess I can highlight this. Ooh, wrong box actually. All right, so I'll highlight this box green, and I'll highlight this box as red, just to make it, you know, easier to understand in terms of what this is. So my green income, so I'm making 5,000 and I'm spending every single month 6,000. Let me just change that for the sake of this exercise and say one person is making 4,000 a month. So in this instance, we can see that the income is more than the expenditure. So why have we done this? So this will be at least another half an hour, by the way, because this is just the start of the process. Because budgeting is not just knowing where your money is going, it's tracking it throughout the month. So right now we know where the money is going. We know we're making 7,500 a month. Let's just say that's side income that's coming in. We know that our expenditures, changeable, including a little trip we've planned, is 6.2 grand. So we know that, you know, we got some wiggle room in there. Okay, and the debt payments are pretty high as well. So what's the next step? The next step, if I get this right, let me just make sure I'm also recording this. Yes, I'm recording and streaming, so all is good. This is for me one of the most exciting parts, and this is the breakdown. This is where you understand what's going on, where's the money going. All right, so let me break this down. This is the breakdown. All right, so this is the breakdown of understanding where your money is and which areas need to be worked on. This is just a theoretical one, so when I'm done with this, please pick it up, copy and paste it into your own Gmail account if you want to, and put your own numbers in there, and you will see the breakdown, see your monthly expenditures. The reason why I kind of know this is for the last couple of years I've been using this, and I guess the history of me is I've done a degree in finance, a degree in accounting. I've done financial education. I know how to do end of year T accounts, ledger accounts, balance sheets, tax accounts. So this is like the bare minimum you need to kind of know where you're going. So this mixes in tax and financial reporting into one to make it easier. You can't find this anywhere else because it's in my head. So I'm making it for you, and I'm giving it to you for free. So you better appreciate it. All right. Let me merge this together, center them. This will cover basically everything because it's worked for me. All right, so this is now, what do you call this? This is the salary. So we're gonna break down the salary. We're gonna also break down the expenses. All right, so what's our salary total? That's our salary total equals that. And our expenses total is the number at the bottom, the 6,000 number. So that's how much money we have coming in. I didn't make that into dollars. That's how much money we have coming in, 7,000. and that's how much money we have going out. For the sake of this, I'm gonna also change the colors of these. Make that green and make that red. 7,000 coming in, 6,000 coming out. What's left is called the savings. What is being saved? In this instance, oh, I forgot to change the lines on these. Is that the right one? Sorry about this. I'm just making sure everything looks good. So what's our savings is going to be, in this case, I'm going to do a different formula. Just do equals salary minus expenses. Or actually, maybe it's easier if I do this the right way. So I would delete everything here. I would do equals minus, which means whenever I click on a number, it will show that number as a negative. So if I click that, it's going to show that as minus 6,000 instead of showing it as 6,000. So again, that's equals negative, then click on a box that has a number. So then I can do the same formulas for consistency's sake. Because there's a million ways to do formulas in Excel. So I'll do it the same way throughout so you won't get confused. So you are saving on a monthly basis, let's just say for this month, $1,318.03. That's your savings amount. Okay. Can I adjust this? Okay, I'll move a little bit more to the right. Let me just take a little pause to see in terms of the YouTube how you guys are doing on my side. Okay, perfection. If you guys want to leave a comment, please feel free, guys. This is live right now, but if you let me just see, let me get back to what I'm doing. Perfection. All right, so this is the expenses that we have here. So what is next? What is next is to understand the proportion of the breakdown of income over each different expense. The reason why I broke them up in terms of subscriptions, car payments, fixed bills, whatever, all these little sections, is because I wanted to proportionally follow them in terms of to see what works. So I guess I would just copy subscriptions into there. What else? I will copy the car payment. What else is in there? Fixed bills. And this is why I also broke down car separately. Chargeable. What else is left? And then there is debt payments. Did I say fix? Maybe fixed bills. Let's go ED. All right, perfection. So to calculate the proportion is, first of all, this total has to be 100% of the expenditure. So how I would do this is subscriptions. How do we do this formula? Let me just see something. All right, so we're going to do income, which is the total income, simply divided by the total expense for that section. Boom. Ooh, perhaps I've gotten the formula wrong. How do I do that? Oh yeah, I got the formula backwards. Apologies for that. So it's expenditure divided by, I'll go total salary, which is up there. And if this is correct, this should be 100. So I'm gonna do this so you guys can see that if my number works out, that everything here should equate to 100. I'm gonna do this as percentages so that you can see what I'm doing. So this is, the subscriptions would be 0.4% of the income. Let me see what else. So we have what was that? So we have the car payment divided by the income, which is 19% of your income goes towards the car payment. And then we have, what else do we have here? Oh, sorry, I forgot to add one other things. It won't add, okay, we'll continue to the end actually to make it simpler. So we have fixed bills, which is 3,000, again divided by, what's this, the income, perfection, and what's the next, changeable expenses divided by income. And then last but not least, would have the debt divided by the income. But what's missing? This is 82%. We are missing around, what's that, 17.5%? And that 17.5% is the savings. So if I simply move everything a little down, just a little one notch down, and add savings to this formula and extend this to G6. What's the savings formula again? It will be savings simply divided by the income. That's 100%. So what, apologies, is this saying? It is saying something which is kind of scary in a way. So it is saying that I am spending 10%. This is proportion of my income. So out of my income, 6% goes to debt, 10% goes to changeable expenses. Basically, half my income goes into my fixed bills. 19% is spent on my car. Subscriptions is less than 1%, and I'm only saving 17%. Ideally, the way this should work is that savings should be about a quarter of your income. So your goal is, if that is around a quarter of your income, it means that throughout the year, you can easily, when the year is over, have 3 months of savings. Basically, have a quarter of the year saved in savings, basically. So if this is 17%, it means that when the year is over, you have 17% worth of savings, which it's all right, but I guess 25% makes more sense, which means every single year, when the year is over, you have 3 months of savings. And as that continues, it kind of expounds. So let's just say this is where you are right now. Make sense? Perfection. This is only the first page, by the way. We've got 3 more pages to make. What's also important to look at is what are the next 5 to 10 years going to look like if nothing changes. If nothing changes in the next 10 years, I mean, the same house, the same expenses, what will everything look like? So I'm going to call this actually a 10-year savings, I guess. So 10 years, let's say 10 years, I guess, of savings. So let's say this is year 1. From memory, I think Excel should just drag it down. Okay, perfect. So Excel is pretty smart actually. So for 10 years, if every single year we would be saving, what would that be? It would be equals this amount. Actually, I'm gonna equals this amount times by 12. Simple as that. That's 15,000 a year in savings. And for year 2, it would be simply because it would compound actually. So for year 2, what would it be? It would be, oh, I'm thinking now. It would be this amount. Let me just think about this for half a second. Yeah, it would be this amount, the total amount, plus the number above it, which is 15,000. So it would double. And if I do that right, this would be, yeah, because the 15,000 wouldn't change every year. So it would be the same 15,000 plus the year below. So 31. Let me see that. Plus, is this K3? Yes. So it would be the first amount, which is a first year savings, plus that accumulated amount of savings. So if we go down, this is actually pretty complicated. Just to let you know again from scratch, make it simple. The way to calculate this is what are you saving every single year? 15,000. Then the next year, what you do is you're saving that number again, plus you still have 15 grand in your account, so it's double the amount. In year 3, you have 30,000 plus 15,000. Then in year 4, you have 63,000 plus 15,000. So the formula is basically the last year's amount plus the amount you're going to save every single year, which is the same as year 1. It's a bit complicated, but that's how it works. So if this random person we've made up, let's call him solid money. Let's say if solid money at this amount, let's say for 10 years they're consistent, they grind, and they don't even make any change in their income, they can easily save $150,000 basically. Let me just have a quick look at my comments just to see where we are. Okay, perfect. So now this is where it gets fun and exciting. Okay, so now we have every single formula put together. We have the income. This is a breakdown of the income. We have the expenditure. We have the savings. We have the proportional savings. And then we also have the breakdown year on year. So now let's just say, okay, I now want to make this 25%. So what can I do? Let's just say, you know what? Forget about this. I'm gonna sell the car and buy a car outright. That way my car payment is down to 0. Let's just say it goes down to 0. You own the car outright. There's no car payment. The total changes. If you go up here, the savings changes. And the proportion of a percentage changes. So now we are already close to 25%, which is really amazing. That's the beauty of budgeting on Excel. And if you look at here, the amount you save simply by deciding to not have a £500 car payment or whatever. It could be anything. You could even, I don't know, reduce your bills, reduce your debt, spend less money in fun. What else is it? Reduce subscriptions. This isn't really that much, but you can pick any area to deduct. You can easily see, okay, if I start budgeting today, I can have an extra $60,000 in my account, for example, in this case. So the beauty of cumulative exponential growth when it comes to budgeting is if you're looking at a 10-year plan, even a 1-year plan, for example, you could easily go from, what was the old amount? $500, wasn't it? So right now it's at 21,000. So you could save basically, what is it? An extra £5,000 by simply not having a car payment, reducing rent, reducing other expenses, you could kind of save $5,000 to, if you want to invest it, or you want to go out to Dubai or something for like a weekend or something. So budgeting like this really does help. So now we have done page 1. This is gonna be a long live stream, actually, very long, because I'm gonna call this, what do I call this? Rename the main account. So what I want you to do is, when I'm done again, please find the link in the description. You know what? Let me see. Can I share this? Oh, 1 second. Give me a moment. Let me see what I can do here. Alrighty then. Let me see. I'm gonna see if I can share this right now with everybody. I'm gonna call this solid numbers, actually. Sorry you can't see this. It's my personal data. We will be shown if I 1 second. Let me see. There we go. Why is it full screen? Solid numbers. All right, let me save this. Anyone with a link can view this. So what I would do is, this is a viewer. Copy. Let me see if I can add this to the live stream. Just give me 1 moment. Bear with me, caller. Bear with me. Sorry about this. Let me just make sure this is in the chat. So what I'm going to do right now is share the link as I am talking to everybody. Copy. Let me see if I can add this to the live stream. Just give me 1 moment. Okay. Bear with me, caller. So in the chat, I have added the Google Docs link. Let me just make sure for you to see. This is the chat. So what I'm going to do right now. Okay, perfection. So if you look in the chat now, you should have it. And my screen should be back to normal. Perfection. All right, back to the budget. Little summary, just a quick one whilst we're here, for you to understand what's happening. Okay, so we got income, expenditure, we've broken it down. We have done the proportional savings to find out what's going on in terms of what percentage of my expenditures is being spent proportionally on my income. So with this, if you increase your income, you get more savings. If you decrease your income, you get less savings. So you can kind of use this to your advantage in a way. All right. So and again, within 10 years, you're saving a good amount of money. It's not that bad. You know, if you're saving 1.3 grand a month, you're doing great, basically. In terms of within 10 years, you could literally buy 3 houses on a mortgage with that amount of money, basically, within 10 years. Or get a really nice house. Perfection. All right. So, I'm going to make a brand new page now. Let me just call this page. This is now where, if you've done this, the next 2 pages are going to be automatic. So I'm going to make a brand new page. And I'm going to rename this page Active. I think my cap lock is on. Let me rename it. There we go. Active. active. Sorry, let me get a little drink. Lemonade. It's good for the soul. All right, active. So what are we going to do here? So on the active page, we've done all the work we need. So active is live data as of today. This requires some input from yourself and some commitment to update this on a daily, weekly basis maybe. And all we gotta do is simply just go on expenses, every single expense, and drag it down until you get to the total. And simply copy, which is Control C, next page, go to the first box and Control V. So why have I done this? So I've just basically copied the data. So main basically means the data is there, and all you have to do when you get this budget is change the data in the main section. That's it. So when you get this, which you can now see, feel free to change the salary, make that 0 if you want to, and every single page from this point on requires less input, except page 3, which requires a lot of input, but this will help you navigate it. So the way I use it is I often, after I do the main page, I never check it, because after you put this in, this becomes kind of like the overview page. This is the overview, but the active is what is my money saying today. Today is the 22nd of January 2023 at 1 p.m. in the afternoon in the UK here in London. So what is my money saying today? That's what active means. All right, so I'm now on the active page. Again, the link is now in the chat, so feel free to view it, use it. I don't really care. These are just random numbers. Okay, so I'm gonna do something a little bit different here. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to delete every single number to make it a formula. The way I do it is simply, here's 1099, so I delete everything, press equals, then I go into the main section and find the box for Amazon. So what it does is you can change tabs, press equals. So now it's going to be known as 10C. Let me see. So here that's the number 1099. It's a formula. So what that means is that if I go to the main page and make that subscription, I don't know, $19.99, when I go into my active, it changes that. So your active is just an overview page really. So let me make that $10.99 and it shows the daily amount. Okay, so now if you want to get a cup of tea or something, feel free. Now what I'm gonna do is I am going to do something that's gonna be annoying to my soul, and I'm gonna have to do this for every single number and delete it. So when I'm done, this number here should be the same as this number here. You don't have to copy the totals over because active means they're changing. So all I have to do now is that is 10. I wonder if I drag it down, will it do it? Yeah, so C11, C12. And all I gotta do is just drag everything down. So the way Excel works is it copies everything down from what's there. So this looks like it's working. The total look like they're working. And the total is 264197. Next page, 264197. So let me just test it out. If I make Wi-Fi £500, which is ridiculous, if I go on active, it should automatically change Wi-Fi to 500. If I change it back to £50, it should automatically change it to £50. Now you're asking me, Maliko, why have you done this? Or Solid Mind, why have you done this? The reason for that is we are now about to move to one of the most, I guess, data elements of it. and this is what we call the input, or I like to call it data or data, whatever you call it. So this is what you will be doing on a either daily or weekly basis, or whenever you spend money. I like to update it as much as possible. So I'm gonna make this from scratch. This will take at least another 5-10 minutes. So again, we have done all the work we need to do. All I'm doing now is extracting the budget data to analyze it so you can know what's going on. Okay, perfection. So I guess to start off with, this is gonna be only based upon the budget and the expenses only. So I'm gonna call this, let me see this. So this will be expenditure or expenses. Ooh, that should be A actually. There we go. Has that worked? I have not done this properly. Okay, so there we go. So the first one would be subscriptions, and underneath subscriptions we are gonna have to do, what's this, Amazon, Netflix, Apple. Don't put Toto in there basically. All right, so that's 3 subscriptions. So this will be equals to Amazon. Yes, that's Amazon. B3. Now because they are all down one column, the letter will never change, the number will. So this would be B3, B4, which means if I copy this over, all I have to do is just put in B5, and that will go down one and get up. Why are you yellow? Why are you this color? This makes no sense. Oh goodness. Okay, let's see. There we go. So what I'm gonna do as well is just simply merge those 2 together. That's Apple. All right, subscriptions. The second subscription. Ooh, I got 4 people watching me today. Let me have a quick look actually at this. I hope the audio won't mix together in this. All right, perfection. Anyway, doesn't really matter. Back to the budget. Oh goodness. We are now going to move. This is the part where I find it a little bit tricky because I have to think a lot. We're doing expenses. All right. This will be the car element. So that's car. And within car, we have, I wish I could split screen this. We have car payments. That's B9. Okay. So we have B9. Sorry about that. How many do we have in car payments? B9. Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5. Perfection. So what I can do is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Paste that in there. 1 second. Ooh. All right, that's B9. Do it the hard way. This will be B10. This is B11. And then this is B12. Oh, this is long. You're lucky I'm doing this for you guys. B11, B12, B10, B11, B12. All right, copy formula, paste formula. So we have car payments, insurance, charges, fuel and gas. Anything else after fuel and gas? Tax. That's it. That'll be B13. All right, that's one of those done basically. So for you guys to not get too bored, let me see. Actually, no, I gotta do this properly. I'll do it perfectly the first time, to make everything make more sense to you. So this is active. So this is where you're gonna put data in, and when you put data into this, what does this do? It changes the data on active. Now you're gonna ask me, what are you talking about and how do you do that? If you bear with me for about 5 minutes, you will find the answer out. So we've done car. What is next? The next is fixed bills. This is, again, I'm putting this data from active and not main account, because the active is meant to change, not the main account, and the active is formulated only, and not the main account. So this should be equal. So the first fixed bills is B17. All right, let me go. All right, beautiful. Next one will be 18. I'm sure you can see what I'm doing here. Oh, sorry about this. Bear with me, please. 18, 19. We have 20. I guess I'll just keep going until it gets blank. 21, 22, 23. There is no easy way to do this except manual labor. There probably is if I oriented it a little bit different. What is this? Let's see, 23, 24. Look at me doing counting. If there are any kids out there watching, this is how you count. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. All right. Let me just check again. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Total is in there, so that means it's the end. Okie dokie. This looks very good. Very good. Okay, so fixed bills. I'm gonna merge them together and center align them. Perfection. Okay. I've made this a lot bigger for you to see because I'm on a monitor, and if you're on a phone, you probably can't see what I'm doing, but this way you can. Okay, so fixed bills is done. These are formulated. Beautiful. So if you ever want to change the titles of these, it will be all right. So fixed bills, which is a mammoth one. Next one is changeable. Whew. I want to take a break, but I'm on a roll and I'm near the end as well. That is changeable. Perfection. And this will be, where is changeable on the remit of things? All right, that is changeable. Fun. That's 28. Perfection. 28. 29. 30. Is there 31? Was that total? Yeah, that's total. All right. So 30 is done. Beautiful. Okay. And the next one is debt. Nope. Where is debt here? I'm literally near the end. So if you've stuck through this, honestly, give yourself a pat on the back, because this is just so much data being inputted into this. All right, so this is just the last little bits. Card one. I could type these all word for word, but I think for me, what's important mainly is to make it all formulated. So what does this mean? So now that I've done this, it means that, okay, let me change to anything here. So let's say I want to change card 1 on my main page to, I don't know, something else, like put some 2Ds there. Instead of having to retype it over and over again. I didn't change this actually. Doesn't matter. I won't bother changing it here. So let's say the active, if I want to change it to, there we go, card 2DD. If you go into here, it will show card 2DD. I can refine this a lot better, but for now, I'm just gonna make it simple, basically. Alrighty, this works. Cool. Okay, so now, first of all, let me just check what the comment is saying on my side. Okay, perfection. So you guys can still view the link perfectly. Good. Okay, so now this is now the final hurdle. This is now making it look pretty. There is so much more I can do, and I think I will do the next live stream on the next level up in terms of managing and balancing your actual bank statements with this document. But for now, I'll just keep it simple. Anyway, this isn't simple. If you hate numbers, you will hate this with a passion. All right, so make that look pretty. Center align them, merge them, beautiful. Make them all look good. All right, so now what am I gonna do? So let me just make all this look good for a second. So bear with me, please. All right. And then also this, I am going to, this is quite a lot of data. All right, so this way, you can see exactly what's happening in here. Good. Okay. Let me go back here. So now we are here. Why have I done this? It seems like I've just made 3 random pages and this data page. So here, whatever number you input should be, added at the bottom. So I'm gonna, let me see, how far can you guys see? You can see up to row 10. Perfection. So I'm gonna put the word, seems like I love having caps lock on. Total. So actually, I don't have to put the total. So the total will go here, no matter what. So what I'll do is I will do equals, again, the same formula I've used throughout this document, equals sum, drag it down, close brackets. You don't have to, but it's neater, 0. And all I gotta do now is drag this all the way to the end. This means nothing to you, but it means something to me. You will see in a moment. So what this means that if I spend, let me actually go to something more realistic. Let's say on food today I spend £57, then I spend another like £30 here, and I spend another £5 here, and I spend another £10 here. This gives you your daily expenditure amount. I will make this look pretty. You know what? Let me do that now actually. So that way it's just, instead of faffing about, it looks better. So I'm gonna do top line and I'm gonna do the bottom line double lined. Oh no. And I guess I'll also do top line and make it straighter. Sorry about this, bear with me. There we go. All right, the top line is perfect. There we go. So whatever number you put in here will be the total. Put £5 there, 5 guests put there. So what I've got to do now is just the last little bit. This is where I had to formulate everything. So all I got to do now is do Amazon, which is for the main page, deducted from the total of Amazon on the next page. So Amazon, find Amazon, the total there, boom. Perfect. Netflix, and the beauty of this is because it's row by row, I can simply just change the number at the end. Again, let me actually make that 11, and if I got this right, let me go here. So let's say for Netflix, if I put in I spent in £9.99 and I got the next page, that should show as 0, but it hasn't. Ooh, sorry, I made a little blunder. This is the beauty of doing formulas. This will always be 10, and that only the letters will change. Sorry about that. It makes it easier that way. There we go, 0. I don't know how you're still watching this. Okay, so Netflix, if I go on Amazon, let's say I spend £5 on the subscription side of Amazon. You know what? This could even be Amazon expenditures, whatever. This should change it to £6.99. Perfection. This is good. Okay. So all I gotta do now is, if I do the same formula, it's gonna be the same number and just change one little bit. So here this will be C. Perfection. This will be D. This will be E. F. I think it just changed. So let me just, where am I? So this is A, B, C, D, E, F. All right, we are now at G. Sorry, if you just bear with me for just a few moments. E, F, G. And then we have H. And I think for me, I want to sanity check myself. So H should be car tax in data. Let me go just double check that for my own sanity. So H is car tax. Perfection. Okay, then it's... Okay, there we go. Oop, sorry about this. J. Okay. L. M. You know what? Whenever I say the alphabet, I still have to sing it. What comes after N? Is it not O? Probably is O. Is that correct? Let me check again. So I, J, K, L, M, N, O. This should be P. This is alphabet time with Solid Mind. L, M, N, O, P. So P should be rent for fixed bills. So let's go to row P. P is indeed rent for fixed bills. We're near the end, so just bear with me for just a few minutes. Okay. Q. S. T. T, and then I think this is U. Sorry about this. And if this is V, we have perfectly finished the budget and done everything. So if I just check, oh, that's not V, that's not T. I've messed up somewhere. What have I done here? Let me see, just to understand. Okay, that's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V. Oh, I have made a blunder. This shouldn't be there. What is this? Is P. Yeah, that's me being silly. That should be, gotta do it again. Q, R, S, ooh, that's not right. That is not right. After we do this again. R. Yes, this is S. Sorry about this. I'm almost done. RS. Then this is T. And then this is U. Oh, thank goodness. All right. Now the budget is finally complete. Let me go on full screen for once. Sorry, my hotkeys is F for full screen. All right, so for those that have stayed with me, let me just check how the live stream is going. It's been going on for just, how long has it been going on for? Just over an hour and a bit. Thank you for staying with me. So now let me explain how to use this budget. All right, there we go. So this is how to use the budget. So I have made the link and I'm going to show you what to do when you have it. So once you have the budget, you've seen me make it from scratch. If you want to recreate it yourself, feel free. This is about 80% of the template I've made and that I use. There is a little bit at the end when you want to track your actual bank amount with the data in this to make it be a true reflection. But that's a different live stream. That only takes 5 minutes, but that would involve me showing you my bank statements and putting in the actual data, which I'm not going to do today. All right, so step one is this. When you get the budget, put your income, put your incomes, put your expenditures. And once you put it in here, what will happen is that this will automatically change. Active is your daily amount, right? So once you put in your monthly income and expenditures, this will change the percentages. Some months you might spend more, you might go on trips, you might change things, fix it there. Once you've changed it here on the main page, you go on to active. So on active, it's just a snapshot of where you are, and the total amount is how much money you have left to spend. So let's do a little exercise. So let's just say the month has started, and let's say what's the biggest expense? Fixed bills. House and rent are fully paid off. Cool. Let's go into house and rent. Fixed bills, house. You spent £1,000 on house. Sorry, I need to make that. That's just house expenses, sorry. So house bills, £1,000, rent, 1,500. You've paid those already. If you go into active, because everything's formulated, the total in house gets deducted. So this number now becomes left to spend. So this is how much is going to be spent in the month. So as the month goes on, you can be like, oh, I still have to spend £3,000. Oh, I have still got to spend this amount of money. So now let's just say, okay, cool. What else has happened? The car payment, insurance, gas and fuel. And here is the exciting bit that I really like about this data is, let's just say, okay, for food, let's just say, where is food actually? I guess there's so much data you have to look carefully. So £303, okay, that's how much is left to spend for food. This also helps you understand, okay, so let's just say you splurge and you spend like £500. You've just gone crazy. The budget is needed because it's like, even if you go over, sorry about this, let me make it full screen. Can you see my screen? Okay, so let's just say, yes, for food, the amount that is in there is £300 left to spend, and you splurge, and let's say you've spent 500. Please add, I'm being serious, please add every single thing you spend. Even if you go over your budget, add it. It's important to track even the numbers you've gone over. So if you go over by 500, let's say £500 is spent on food. If you go into active, you can see that now it's saying it's minus £179. So it even shows you how much you've eaten into your budget. So this is something that, is very useful. Let me see. Okay, so this is the budget. So what I'm gonna do is, what I've seen in life is, first of all, every single month you have to, when the month is over, let's say now it's a new month, delete all the data from here. This is a little bit tedious every single month to delete the data. So once the data is deleted, it refreshes everything from scratch. So now let me just say, this is me now. This is now February, right? My income is 3,000. My roommate or girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever, wife, husband's income is 4,000. Cool. You put that there. We are getting nothing extra that month. That's our income. What else? Car payments, insurance. We don't want to go anywhere too much. Make it 400 in there. What else is in there? Where the trip, we have nothing planned for a trip. 5,000 is the expenditure that month. Then you can see, actually this month I'm saving a little bit more. I'm saving 19%. That's pretty cool. Then on active, the data should all be the same. So if you go into here, planned is 0, that's the same number. These two numbers will always balance because all I've done is copied them from each other, active and main. Now data is, okay, this is day 1. I'm going to make a few payments. All right. I'm going to pay rent. I'm going to pay Wi-Fi. So I'm gonna do 1,000 here. And the beauty of this is you don't have to do this every single day. As long as you input it a couple times a month and track what's been spent, you will always know, okay, in my account, I need to spend 3.6 grand this month, right? Now, you can look into whatever plans you have and be like, okay, if I make sure that in my account is this number, I'll be able to do life. That's all this is about. This is about knowing the exact number to the penny after overestimating what you need in your account as a bare minimum. That's what active is. What money is needed in my account as a bare minimum to survive that month. This is the budget. So what I'm going to do is make your lives easier, actually, because I'm such a good guy, is the beauty of this is you never need to see the bottom numbers ever. So, why can't I do that? All right, so I'm going to highlight these, insert 5 rows above, and let me just see if I add 5444, yes, it still does that. Perfection. So the beauty of this is I'm going to add a few more rows right now, because sometimes for food you might be spending a little bit every day, it just keeps adding up. When space runs out, what do, right? It's a bit annoying. So for me, what I would do to make your lives easier is I'm going to simply change this budget. So for those who've just come to watch for the first time, is I've just made this budget from scratch. It's a template. Click on the link, feel free to use it, change it. This live stream will be recorded, so feel free to rewind, because I made this from scratch right now. So all you gotta do is input your expenditure in here. I'm gonna put fund money as 300 for fund money. If you go into active, where is fund money in active? Fund money is under changeable expenses. This should change. Why hasn't it not changed? Oh, something is wrong here. Oh, wow. Sorry about this. Bear with me, caller. I think I've done a little oopsie. Let me see. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. This should be K3. Just bear with me for a moment, please. I've just crashed my entire formulas because of adding more pages. Okay, so see, this is the beauty of Excel. For those who are watching, I'm surprised you're still here. Let me know if you would use this and you're going to use it, because I think you should. Let me just drag this across to you. Perfection. So just check in now. If I go into fund budget, please feel free to use a link to check this. If I put here 400 in fund money and go into active, will it show 400? Yes. That means I'm now with negatives. Perfection. Good. So now this is yours. Let me go into full screen for you. Okay, this is now yours to use. This is the solid numbers document. It's in the chat. So yeah, I want some comments. What do you guys think? Would you use it? Do you have any questions on this? Because I've spent a lot of time making this from scratch for you. So feel free to let me know. Would you use this? Let me go. So for those who've just started, I will just do one little last look at this. Income, please put in your income, your spouse's income. Done. For every expenditure, put them in. Feel free to add, subtract any expenditure. Car, put it in. If you don't have any, make them 0. Pretty straightforward. Fixed bills, these are bills that will not change. These are bills that no matter what, the rain, the storm, you get fired, someone dies, they will not change. That's fixed bills. then changeables are things that will change. Planned is, trips you're going on, so put that in there. Debt is just credit cards. I'll make that credit card too. Sorry about this. I've been talking for a long time, actually. All right. And here, this is simply the breakdown. I use this every single day just to look at it, to be like, where am I doing? And you can keep a track of these. You can make many copies if you want to, and then look back month on month. So here, savings is simply the amount of money you're saving that month. You can feel free to adjust your expenditures to save more money. Ideally, your savings amount should be 20% or higher. Anything below 20% is not the best savings. Simple as that. So on this instance, let's just say this is my expenditures. I'll be like, okay, what do I have to change? Something here has to go down. So for me, I'll be like, okay, to improve savings, my fixed bills are 50%. That's really high. If I can't adjust them that month, changeable is 11%, car is 19%. I'll be like, okay, I am going to change the car situation. Let me go into the car and see what's there. Oh, it looks like the car payment's high. Oh, gas is really high. Oh, parking charges is really high. You know what? I'm gonna go on less trips, make it £100. You know what? I'm gonna sell the car and get something else. Maybe a cheaper car for £300. Who knows? Maybe I won't go on many trips this month. Let me change that to what else? To 200, right? Just by doing those little things. Look at the link, change it if you want to. You can easily increase your savings to 19%, which is really good. And the more you increase your savings, the more your savings increases. See, on this person's account, they are saving 16 grand if this is their monthly expenditure. What else? Okay, let's now just say you choose to get a new job, right? And the income goes from 3,000 to 3,500 a month for one person, right? When you get there, what does that do? It shoots up your savings. Your savings goes to 24%, which is really amazing. And your yearly savings shoot up. And let's just say you want to buy a house, or you want to buy a car, or you want to treat the people you love. There you go. You can use it. But that's it. That's the budget. For those who are still watching live, can you leave in the comment if you can see the link? Just, you can leave the video and come back just to see if it's working on your end, if it's live. I hope it's not restricted. Let me know if you can see it. I'm just having a quick look on my side. So for me on my link, it looks like everything is working out. Let me just formulate everything, because the last few little niggly bits are not done. Where is the dollar sign? I need some dollars in here. There we go. Again, feel free to put it in pounds if you want to. It doesn't really matter, pounds or dollars, it still works out. But this is it. Any questions? Any questions, guys? Nope, not find. So this is yours to use, feel free. If you want to reach out to me directly, you can. I can make you a unique one. I don't want to because I'm busy, but I can make you a unique balance sheet if you would like. But yeah, let's chat. Just me and you. Any questions on the budget? I know this has been an accounting lesson. This has been a budgeting lesson. This has been a forecasting lesson for the future, for your own personal data. And yes, you could add investments to this, or you could add various things to this. But this is it. Okay, so I'm gonna change it up a little bit, and I'm gonna look at some other budgeting tools online actually. 1 second. Alrighty, I hope you can see my can you see my screen actually? Let me see. Okay, so I've just spent all this time making a budget, and let me just see in terms of how that compares to some free budgeting tools online, just to make sure that this does pan out. All right, I'm on images. Okay, that's not true. Oh, I'm on some websites online. Maybe it's best if I go on images and just to see in terms of what the budgeting tools online look like. Let me know. Can you see my screen, or is it still showing my face? I'm still trying to understand this hotkeys business. Okay, I made a pretty complicated tool. It's in the link for you guys watching live, and also after the live I'll put it there. So on this budgeting, what's this about? Okay, so this one's a little bit different to what I've done. Can I zoom into this? How do I open this? Can I open this separately? No, I can't. I want to just open this as a different document. Open a new tab, that's how you do it. Okay, perfect. So let's compare. So, can I split screen this bad boy? Oh, yes I can. Yes I can. Okay, perfection. So, sadly, for those watching, I have to shrink the document to be a little bit hard to see, but I think it'd be good to just compare in terms of what I've done and what is online. Because this, like, somebody would charge a lot of money to make what I've made. So I'm giving it to you for free. So this deserves a sub. I'm not joking. A like, a sub, a comment, everything. Give it. Let me see. Okay. So they have a savings area. So this is a budgeting amount you want to save. An actual. So I guess you put in what you think you're going to spend versus what you actually spend. This is just, it's basic at best, honestly. Then there is a housing section. I have that. Mortgage, second mortgage. I guess the downside to this is you can't edit it. You can't change it, you know. It's not really the best in that. Okay, so it has the mortgage. I have that. Second mortgage. I guess you could. Let me get to my one. Where is my fixed bills? This is housing. Then utilities. I would put these all under fixed bills because these are things that will not change. My budget that I've made for you for free, which you can use today, I would put these under fixed. Yes, you can add. Again, I didn't break these down by water, shower, trash, into like, you can if you want to. I just, for this exercise, made it a little bit simpler because it doesn't have to be exact. It's better if it is, but my goal is if I overestimate, I will always be saving. So these are all overestimations. Normally in fixed bills, I try and make them accurate to the actual spend. But if you go a little bit over, for example, on things like food, it's okay. You know, it's no problem. Food, fixed bills, transportation. I normally keep that separate. And the reason for that, again, is I want to see proportionally how much of my money am I spending on 4 wheels. How much of my money am I spending on money that I don't have to spend, but it's flexible, it can move on a monthly basis. If I want to save more money, I can make that 0. This money, the changeable one, basically, if you want to have more savings, you don't have to have fun money or essentials or planned trips. So, this is clothing. Ooh, I didn't add that. but I would add it into planned changeable expenses. So if you plan to do something in the month, let's say shopping, you can put that there. If you want, you can put it as a, for those shopaholics, as a monthly expense. If you want to, you can do that. But yeah, that makes sense. Okay, and then you can put total income, total budgeted, net balance should be 0. This seems difficult because in a digital era like today, to fill all this in every single month, yes, you have to as well on my document, but this one is lackluster at best. Let's see what else Google has. Come on, I want something more in depth, something that will make my, there we go, Excel, beautiful. All right, this looks like it's in depth a little bit. Okay, this looks good. This is something I want to look at. Perfection. If you hate numbers, I'm sorry. This is not the live stream for you. But if you want to get your finances in check and in order, this is the right place for you. Why can't I? Anyway, let's see from here. All right, so this one is showing housing expenses, transportation expenses, insurance, food. Okay, this looks a little bit better. So there's projected, there is actual, and there is difference. Okay, so on this one, it's showing what you plan to spend, which is, for me, my main section. What you've actually spent, which is the next page, which is the active one. And to calculate the active spend, you have to input the data in there to, to see what you've actually spent. It's just a quick example on Amazon. Let's say I've paid off Amazon, $9.99. If I go back to active, there should be 0. Why is it not 0? Don't tell me. Foolishness. Are you serious? Are you actually serious? Do you know how much work I've done for this to not work? Okay, I gotta do this again. Honestly, like, I feel like this is the thing, like, when you do a document that's this in-depth and big, you have to sanity check every little thing you do. A, B, okay, C. Sorry about this. Hold on, caller. There you go. U3, perfection. This should work now. Okay, let me get back to where I was. Okay, so Amazon, $9.99. If you go into where are we going now? Active. Yep, there we go. So this version is similar, and the difference is what's left behind. So this shows not just what you've spent, but I think I've actually removed actual and put different. So this is simply what you need to spend. This is a really good budget, if I'm being honest, actually. But the downside is, where would you input that actual data? There isn't a data input section in this. It's just straight up, put the number in there, which is all right. Difference works. Transport difference works. Blah 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 blah. Okay, income 1, income 2, which is good. Extra income. Did I put other by any chance on main? I did. Other income, that makes sense as well. Let's just say this month is 300. Cool. Alrighty. Then we have monthly expenditures. You know what? This has inspired me. Where is it? I think in my personal one, I do have a graph, but I wonder if I can insert a chart, and ideally, because it's out of 100, this should be a pie chart with little lines. Yes, this kind of works. Okay, let me see. So guess I can't make this any smaller than it actually is. This looks actually horrible. How do I change this? Let me go. Should I make it a pie chart? A bar graph? Ooh. Oh, I don't like that. That looks horrible. I think pie makes the most sense. The dates of the range. Okay, that looks it looks all right. Let me see, would that work better? Sorry, I'm just right now trying to make the best chart in terms of expenditure. What do you think in the chat? Let's communicate here. This looks horrible. I'm looking for the best chart in here. Okay, I think maybe. Ooh, is that the one I use? Sorry about this. Just bear with me. Come with me. Okay, here we go. So I would just do a simple. Does that make sense? What did you guys think in the chat? Let me know. Okay, so make it simple. I'll do a simple circular chart. So because the proportion is based upon the income for that month, the pie chart will give you just a quick glimpse into where the biggest chunk is. Just a quick snippet. So you can say, okay, I'm saving quite a bit. Oh, this is not good. Why is my fixed bills 41% of my income? Your goal should be to make your savings the biggest area. So, looking at this, I've been inspired. Do you think I should add also a bar chart to the budget? Or will that make no difference? Come on, chat, I need to know. Should I add a bar chart to this? Probably not, actually. Alright, let me now go down. Ooh, this looks interesting. So what is this type of budget? Okay, so this one is a tracker for every single month. This is actually interesting. So here it has overview, actual spend, budget versus actual. This is basically the exact same thing I've done but different. So here I guess it's tracking on a month, on I guess a yearly basis, which is something. Can you even see my screen, by the way? This is very tight. Let me zoom in for you guys. Is that better? Just trying to see, because if you're on a phone, I feel sorry for your eyes right now. Honestly, I'm crying for you guys on my side. Okay, so here there's on income, there is salary, interest income, dividends, refunds, reimbursements, business, personal, and MICS. I've been talking for a while. Okay, so based upon this, I guess with my budget, again, feel free to lump them together or move them separately. That's, if you want to do that, go for it. Savings, you know what? I actually haven't made a savings section of like keeping track of what you already have in savings. But I guess you can put that in income. So other income, you could actually put savings in there as well if you want to. So here in savings, they have emergency fund, 401k, education, all that stuff. I guess this is more of a next step document in terms of, okay, now you've done the budget. Now you know how much you're saving every single month. I guess the next page, which could be made, I guess I have to make it now. If this gets enough likes, I will make this document where I track the month on month. So you can kind of track, okay, in Jan, I was saving 1,000. In Feb, I was saving 3,000. In this, I was saving that. So I guess this is more of like, after you've tracked everything, where is it moving to and what's it looking like? Okay. This is actually, you know what? I am gonna save this. You know, it's I am inspired here. Perfection. Alrighty. That is good. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. What is next? You know what? Looking at other budgets is actually very, very useful. How do I get back to 100%? There we go. Okay. What else is there? That looks horrible. Looked at that. This is interesting. So this is the same thing I've done. Ooh, same thing I've done, but I think what I'm basically saying is having a quick look at some examples. I've done the pie chart as well, if you can see. I guess what I'm really saying is my budget is the best you will ever come across. It doesn't cover everything. It's not meant to cover everything. This is the most generic version of a simple budget. So I use my budget the same way I've made this. So my numbers will be different to these numbers, but most of the sections in here are the same things I use. And if you use something different in terms of, let's say you have investments coming in, you have dividends, you have people giving you money, you can add that to here. Feel free to copy and paste this. And if you have some experience in Excel, use this, copy it, rewind the live stream, because I started this from scratch basically. So what I want everyone watching live to do is I'm going to end the stream here. Click on the link in the chat, have a look, change it up, and comment back if it was useful. Simple as that. Many people have asked for this to be made, and that's why I'm making it in my personal life. So I'll be sending this link to them to watch. But yeah, this is a template. It's in dollars. It can be changed to pounds easily. Reach out to me. Let me make it just my face now, because you haven't seen my face, have you guys, for a long time? There we go. So reach out to me if you want to see if I can change anything or make you a slightly similar budget for your unique situation. And the plan is I'm going to later down the line make a follow-up live stream or video on the next stages of this, which would include looking at your bank statement and tracking it with what's in here, and also tracking it on a yearly base, on a month by month basis, to see the trend in terms of savings. Thanks for watching. Before I leave, I'll give a few seconds just for any comments whilst I'm here live. It's now basically 10 minutes to 3. So anybody wants to chat or leave a comment, feel free before I disappear for now. Looking in the chat, we've had quite a few viewers so far today. So yeah, it's been a good chat, guys. Anything? No? Okay, perfect. Well, thanks for watching. Comment after this is gone live as well, in case if you want me to do more live streams in terms of dedicating time and focusing on one key topic for the entire live. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe. You know what? If you don't like it, dislike it. You know why I'm saying that? Because it's the truth. If you found this boring and pointless, let me know. That way I can gauge, on the like to dislike ratio, if it's something that you guys find interesting. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I'm about to end the stream. So thank you guys, and enjoy your day.